back here. I will be back here, and I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day. He's going to launch it deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Trey Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front, Trey Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Looks like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
Feels great, baby.
See this, Bob? See this? I put the sunglasses on. Here we are. It's a throwback. Wearing the fucking sunglasses. I am fucking Joey I, and this is the Gold Blooded Podcast. Go fuck yourself, guns. Welcome, Rob. How are you tonight?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. A little disappointed in myself, but we'll get into that later.
In yourself?
Yep.
Okay. I'm very curious. You can't tickle my pickle with something like that. But all right. I'll.
It's team related.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will. I have an idea, but I will continue forward, and we'll come back. We'll circle back. We are here. The fucking off season is winding. We're in the clubhouse turn, as the old man would say. We are wrapping up this season for cunts. It is time to get to crack-a-lacking. There is some pretty wild Niner news I'm sure we're going to talk about tonight. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm sure.
Something happened?
Something happened.
Really?
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to it all. What do we have to get? The last preseason game happened. They played the Texans. I don't care.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
Yep.
But it was the preseason.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, Jessica came in at one point and she was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You see that guy right there that just let that other second string guy run right through the offensive line? Well, neither one of those guys are going to be playing when the season starts. And the guy who fills that position for the 49ers is the best in the league at it. So I'm not real fucking concerned."
Yeah, remember we talked about the Ravens winning streak
right
on the preseason? You know the year the Patriots went 16-0 that they lost all 4 preseason games?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the year the Dolphins went 0-16, they won all 4.
Yeah, I know. Like,
it's pretty useless.
Some of the Niners, like those worst years, they would like start hot.
Yeah,
They'd go like
stupid.
3-1, and you'd be like, "All right."
That's stupid.
And then fucking Dennis Erickson led you into a fucking dumpster fire.
Well, the thing is, when you're a good team, You don't play your good players.
Right, and you
don't need to evaluate George Kittle and Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel. These guys don't need evaluating, so you're putting lower level guys out there. But when you're a shitty team, you need to evaluate who's going to start because they're all shitty.
That, as well as a glaring difference I see is, especially in the 49ers, is the playbook.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting a fucking...
Yeah, there's no scheming. There's no...
Run the old wishbone up the gut there, Johnny. You know what I mean? There is no fucking nothing there.
Well, and Shanahan's the type, too. He knows what the preseason's for. He's liable to call a draw on 3rd and 20 just to see what that running back can do.
Right.
Not caring about the first down or the change of
we'll go
possession.
for it or
yeah,
we won't. Or now we can evaluate the fucking special teams or whatever the case is. So, that's it. So, before we dive headfirst into the 49ers, do a couple podcast things.
Okay.
Because I am frustrated with myself as well for not mentioning the sponsor last week. Or did I?
I think you did episode 2.
Well, I didn't do it episode 1, so now here's my chance. Lucky Rose Tattoo in Middlebury, Connecticut. If you want a tattoo, get yourself on an airplane, car, train, automobile while gas is still a thing, and get down to Lucky Rose Tattoo. Bob, a serious question here. Are you at all nervous about the world, like right now?
Yeah, always.
But like right now?
Something specific?
I don't know if you've seen a map, but like there's droughts over the entire... Like I am in real fear that like drinking water is going to be a thing that in the next 5 years is like a commodity.
Okay.
And maybe even sooner, maybe a year.
It's kind of an odd thing that there's so much water on the globe that we can't do something with it.
I understand, but
there's got to be a way.
Making salt water drinkable is one of the most expensive.
Okay, so we need to come up with an easier way so we can get rich.
Oh, man. I have a better idea. I have a fucking better genius idea.
Okay.
Again, this is on a global scale.
Okay.
I probably couldn't get it done on...
Hold on, let me get my tinfoil hat out.
No,
I got a feeling.
Yeah,
I got a feeling I might need some tinfoil.
Hold on. Global warming, right?
I saw it coming, okay.
Right? The glaciers are melting. Do I even have to say anything else? That's the fucking answer, doggy.
Some
we
pure
drink
water
the
there.
fucking glaciers. We just have to capture that.
Okay.
We have to harvest ice.
Well, let's go. We'll come up with a catchy name for it.
Duffy.
Like Liquid Death.
Duffy, Liquid Life.
Yeah.
You got the machinery? I need ice harvested.
Well, I like Liquid Life. That's like it's like we start a beef with Liquid Death, who's like the biggest right now. We start a beef with them. We're more positive than them.
Oh, we can be positive.
Yeah, lots of hearts and rainbows and stuff on our cans. Cans? No, we got to go next level. They went cans. What do we go? Pouches?
Airless pouches.
Pouches, like juice box pouches, like kids.
It can't be plastic.
Yeah, it's got to be biodegradable.
Bamboo.
We just inject it straight into people.
Just get that good shit.
Why don't we find a way to make it fall from the sky, and then we just won't have droughts?
I know you don't know this, but I'm gonna tell you something. Oh man, this is so fucked up. I haven't thought about this in so long. So growing up, as anybody who knows me know, I have this cousin who's super fucked up. Al Papa is his name.
Allegedly.
Oh fuck him. I don't give a fuck. His name is Al Papa. And somehow, Al Papa, throughout grammar and high school, became friends with this lower than average intellect, a child of lower than average intellect, like by a lot. Like he was not, like he might have been retarded. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, we're going R word, okay?
I don't know what's PC.
I didn't know we're going R word.
Mentally handicapped, whatever.
Special needs.
There you go.
I didn't know we were going straight hard R word.
Come on. All right. So we would talk to this kid on the phone. His name, I know his name. I'm not going to say his name. We'll protect him. We would talk to him on the phone. And he would believe anything. He was one of those type of mental guys. And I told him that Dave Party's father invented the machine that makes it rain. And he fucking believed me. For years, he said, can you turn off the rain? My sister's... Like, he would call Albert, like the week of his sister's wedding, and say, could you have your friend from Stratford turn off the rain Saturday? My sister's getting married. And Albert would say, yeah, I'll give him a call. But for years... he thought we controlled the weather.
It's pretty incredible.
It's America.
Well, why don't you turn the rain on?
So, regardless, you have real concerns or no?
Yeah, of course. And once you have children, everything changes. Everything becomes much more important and serious. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't care. Let the fucking wheels fall off. I'll take a bunch of fucking water from the people that are weaker than me. But I have kids, so it changes everything.
Here's my take on that. If it's going to happen, I want it to happen now. I'm going to be a fucking pile of shit in another 10 years. Like, I'm at the tail end right now. You know what I mean? Like,
you're winding it down.
Like, I think about what I was at 25.
You're bringing this bitch in for a landing already. Let's go.
I would put me at 25. I'd put me in any situation. Like, I'm coming out. Like, I'll be good. 45? Fuck me, man. Like, no way. I just don't have it. So, I need it to happen soon. If the end of the world is going to happen, I need like 3 years or less. If not, it's got to be 25 years from now. And I need to be comfortable for that time.
Yeah.
So,
understood.
What I'm doing, and then we could get to what this podcast is about, just so you know my plan. I'm going to acquire enough heroin, allegedly, that... Now, I've never done heroin. Never done it straight up. But I'm going to acquire enough that baby and I will take the big sleep. And once the walls start falling down, we're just going for it.
Why heroin?
Oh, that's the dream. That's the only way to go. That's the warmth. That's the good time, Johnny.
I should mark this down so that when it happens and people think you're just like a heavy user and you overdose, I can be like, no, it's just a one time.
No,
it was pre-planned.
He thought the world was ending.
Yeah, it was just a one-time deal.
Imagine like there was an earthquake and I thought that was it. So we did it.
Yeah.
And then like, the cats were found, the cats eating our corpses 6 weeks later. And you have this to be like,
no, it's fine.
It wasn't an accident.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
He's just he's the one that's mentally challenged and thought the world was ending. All right. On to the 49ers. So the roster was trimmed to 53 today. We'll get to that. I think what everybody probably wants to hear our take on. Do you want to go with this? I think you're the fucking guy here.
I'm extremely disappointed in myself.
Okay.
I listened to too much I'm a 49ers junkie. Okay? I live in Connecticut on the East Coast, and I listen to every single segment on KNBR that has to do with the 49ers. Every single one.
Yeah.
Even the people I don't like, which is most of them.
Right.
I listen to every single one. And I listen to every single press conference. Sometimes I get a little far behind. I haven't listened to yesterday's yet, so I'm a day behind. But I've got a problem. I'm obsessed. I'm an obsessed 49ers fan, admittedly. And I let my guard down and I listened to some of these fucking idiot, moron, fucking cunts.
Okay. Useless,
quote-unquote journalists that know nothing about football and know nothing about this fucking team. Every single one of them. I fucking let myself listen to these fucking idiots. And I last week said, I believe I might have said on this podcast, that I don't think Jimmy G is going to be on this roster. Meanwhile, all along, I felt like that was a possibility, and I listened to these fucking idiots tell me that it wasn't a possibility. Okay. Instead of listening to who's never lied to me since they took over this fucking team, in John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, and Jed York. I've got some lies from Jed York pre-Lynch and Shanahan. None of the three of these people have lied to us in any of this tenure that we can nail something to. And I should have listened to them, the people that don't lie to me. And instead, I listened to the fucking cunts that do lie to me time and time and time and time again.
Okay.
I feel like if I could get a platform and get some fucking followers, that I could do a better job than these guys, and I could be a 49ers beat reporter.
You were taking the next statement I'm going to make words out of my mouth. I was going to say, the best service that someone out there could do is to pay to relocate you and I, our families, this shop, this room, to the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's so
get us
frustrating.
fucking press passes, and you will get the fucking truth for the fucking next 50 years.
And
Or to the world end.
This situation and my frustration for listening to these people reminded me of something that we have not discussed on this podcast because we took such a long hiatus this offseason.
Okay.
And it's more topical now than ever because not only are they cunts and useless and wrong 99% of the time, but there's people out there with press passes that have access to this football team that are worthless, hanger-on, leeching shit humans. If you're listening to this podcast and you still watch or listen to anything that Grant Cohn does, you are no longer a fan, a friend of this podcast.
Yeah.
That guy's worthless. That guy's a piece of shit. That guy's only in this business because his father was in this business. He's a lowlife. Any man that steps to another man with the sole intent of taking money from him in a lawsuit is a coward, a piece of shit,
It's bitch
and
made.
a garbage fucking man.
It's bitch made.
1,000,000%.
Bitch motherfucking made. And I'll put you Bay Area motherfuckers to task.
I'll put this out there.
Okay.
If Javon Kinlaw
Yes.
will fly me to where Grant Cohn is,
Okay.
I will handle this situation.
I will take you a step further. Someone get me Grant Cohn's location. And I'll fly my fucking self there. No.
I'll
But
get you his location. You
No,
got
no,
the
no.
wrong guy. I'll tell you where he lives.
That's not what I want. I want someone to sit Grant Cohn down and say, hey, look, there's these assholes out in Connecticut and they're talking some shit. I want them to put us on, and I want Grant Cohn to listen to this. Grant Cohn, you could suck me from the rear. If you talk shit to Javon Kinlaw, talk shit to me. I'm not a big black guy. I'm a fucking wormy little white guy. You got nothing to be scared of. Talk shit to me, and I will fucking work you. That's my promise to the faithful.
Imagine looking
Get me Grant Cohn's ear, I will fucking work that cunt.
Imagine looking a man like Javon Kinlaw in the face, being me or you,
No.
our size,
Yeah.
and saying, "Do you think I'm scared of you? Like you're the fakest person." Yes, you are. You better be. If you're not, then you have no survival skills.
right.
The guy's like 4 feet taller than you and has a fucking 6-pack.
I am terrified of Javon
Oh,
Kinlaw.
yeah, you fucking should be. That's called nature. That'd be like a roaring lion's in your face, and you go, "Do you think I'm scared of you?"
I'm scared of I'm scared of the fact that with one swipe you could probably punch my fucking head off my fucking shoulders.
I'm on Zoom with a lion. I'm not afraid of you. You're a fucking cunt. You're a smug cunt.
So I mean, I would say Grant Cohn. I don't know how big he is, but just based on his pictures, Grant Cohn versus me looks like a good one-on-one, right? I'll box him for charity.
I'll fucking headbutt his fucking teeth out of his mouth.
I will either assault him and go to jail.
He's 34 years old.
Okay,
He's 9 years younger than me and should be way full of energy. I will fucking bite his ears
six
off.
on me.
Worthless cunt.
Yeah, if anybody has Grant Cohn's ear, let him know the Gold Blooded Podcast wants to fucking curb jaw him. And if he has the balls to step to me on the East Coast or the West Coast, I will put his 911 finger to the test, and I will fucking stomp him until he's begging for someone to call the fucking services.
I'd like to...
It's just so bitch.
Here's the thing.
And it's aggravating. It's fucking aggravating because that should not be a paid job. It should be a passion position as far as I'm concerned. It should be given to only people who fucking earn it, not some fucking cunt who's fucking birthed into it. Fucking twat.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's how he got there.
He was birthed into it.
Yep.
Cunt.
So,
Cunt.
I wish that there was a way that we could get on his show without having to give him money because we're supporting him. If we pay, you can pay and like be on his show to ask questions, but I don't want to give him money.
I hear you.
You know, like we could certainly put it out there and raise the money. The listeners would definitely give us money.
Wait a minute.
To do that, but
Why don't we ask him to be on our show?
I don't know if I could handle it. I don't know if I could not completely fucking lose my mind.
Do you think?
Dude, when he...
Do you think you could, like, hold it together enough to be like, I'm the producer of the Gold Blooded Podcast? And
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, so... when someone flies off the handle,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
All the people around them, their reaction tells you what you need to know.
Right.
Okay? Eric Armstead was our candidate for the Walter Payton Man of the Year last year,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
George Kittle, stand-up guy by all accounts.
Right. Like, does for the military, does for mentally challenged kids, the whole thing.
All of these people were posting about the situation in full support of Javon Kinlaw.
Right.
Not even saying things like, sometimes when you get passionate, you say things you don't want to say. Nothing like that. Nobody even mentioned. I mean, obviously, I'm sure the 49ers wish he hadn't gone about it the way he did.
What, you mean by calling him a bitch-ass N-bomb?
Yeah. Yeah, or a little dick motherfucker, I think was one of them. Any of that stuff. But nobody even tried to mention that. All they mentioned was the negativity from Grant Cohn.
Can I just say one thing that just popped into my head? I know it's slightly off subject, but we've talked shit about a lot of football players in this room, people, right? Or at least I have. Mm-hmm. Now, let's say one of these football players called us out like Grant Cohn was by Javon Kinlaw. I could tell you, I would take the ass kicking just because I deserved it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hide from it.
100%. Or I'm going to show up with a big hammer or
Right.
a car or something.
I'm going to...
One way or the other. Or
Yes.
Or I'm going to bitch out and be a bitch to his face and apologize and say, I'm just doing my job, whatever. What I'm not going to do is sit on a computer and act like I'm not afraid of him. That's for sure.
Have they been in the same room since?
I'm sure.
I'd like to be there for that.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody probably made them kiss and make up.
See, here's my problem with the rest of the Bay Area media. Why
They all
isn't
should have
there
outed him.
somebody else in that room being like, hey, this guy's a bitch. I don't want to be associated with
You're right.
him.
Absolutely.
And they should all be saying that on their shows.
Yeah.
Fuck Grant Cohn. All right.
Sorry, back to the man of the hour.
Jimmy G. All right. So news breaks on what day this week?
Yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
Monday?
Yes. Yesterday, Monday. Comes across the wire. Doop, boop, 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 doop, doop, boop. Jimmy G staying with the Niners. Restructured deal. Could be worth up to 15 or 19 million if he ended up with significant playing time, but it looks like it's going to be a $6 or $8 million deal somewhere around there. Immediate thoughts.
I love it.
I agreed.
I love it.
Agreed.
I only have one negative to it,
Okay.
and I have a lot of positives to it.
Okay. I've got a question. You go first.
The only negative is he hasn't been practicing through training camp and the preseason
Right.
with the team, just to get the chemistry rolling and get the. Now he's been with most of these guys for years, so it'd probably be a quick.
And he's got 17 days.
Yeah, it would probably be a quick
Or 11
quick
days.
turnaround.
Yeah.
I don't like that we gave. Sorry, I have two negatives. The other one is I don't like the guaranteed money to Sudfeld. I don't know why we did that. Why we would sign him for $2.5 million guaranteed and then cut him. He just made $2.5 million just to hang around for a few weeks. That just seems like a weird decision.
Yeah.
All the positives, I think I would have loved for this deal to have been done way earlier so that
Agreed.
we could have worked out all this, but it wasn't possible because you had to see what the market was for him first.
If there was a market.
You're right. If somebody came offering picks, he was
Yep.
gone. And
Which
that's from
could
both.
happen to the right team.
Of course. And that's from both sides. That's from the Niner side and Jimmy's side.
Yeah.
They both had to see what was going on and what the other options were because Jimmy wouldn't have taken this pay cut if he'd have thought he could get paid that money to be a starter somewhere.
Right. If he could have thought he would have get his full $24 million.
Of course,
or
why would he
whatever
sign
it
this
is.
deal?
Yeah,
He obviously knows that he's not getting this deal. I also am positive that tampering has been happening because he for sure would not have signed this deal if he thought he could be released and go get paid somewhere else more to be a starter.
Right. So
He signed on to this knowing there's no market out there.
let me ask you about that. Can his agent talk to other teams?
No one representing the player.
Okay.
I also think I read a thing yesterday that made a lot of sense to me. I don't know where I read it, but you don't need a no trade clause when you're a quarterback because no team is going to trade for you if you don't want to be there.
Right.
Like if you just make it clear you don't want to be there,
Yeah.
they're not going to trade for you. It's not like another position where you don't really have as much say.
Right.
They're not going to trade for a leader that doesn't want to lead their team.
Yeah, you need.
It would be
him to
crazy.
all in. Yeah.
Yeah, like you need. All he has to do is say like, I don't want to. I'm not doing it, and then nobody's going
That's the end
to do it. So I think that's just a matter of circumstance. I think it gives both sides a chance. It's a way for the 49ers to save a little bit of face because at the end of the year he's going to become a free agent, which means we get nothing for him.
Right.
Which is what they've been saying all along. He's worth something. We're not going to take nothing. But it is what it is. The best case scenario for Jimmy G is something happens and we end up winning the Super Bowl with him under center.
Right.
And
Obviously.
as a 49ers point of view, great. We'll deal with that problem when it comes.
Yeah, we could re-sign him. We could franchise him. Like, there's options.
Who wants Trey Lance? That's what that becomes.
Right. Okay.
Lots of upside.
Let me ask you. Are you concerned that the plan was going to be to cut him or release him, however you say it, but then something happened in that final preseason game that made Shanahan say we better keep Jimmy around?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
But you understand how that could be.
No, I think it's just like the Debo deal. Lynch has many times said deadlines get deals done.
Yeah.
And the deadline of Debo getting on the field for that Monday got the deal done on Sunday.
All right.
The deadline of roster cutting down to 53 on Tuesday got that deal done on Monday.
Now,
the day before both times.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think this does something detrimental to the maturation of Trey?
No, I think the opposite. If it was any other... The only thing that makes it weird is that Jimmy's been here and this was his team.
Right.
Normally, you would bring in a veteran to do that anyways.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of teams did it. You saw
Sure.
Chicago did it.
So here's what's kind of fucked up on it is, not fucked up, but in a good way, I guess. You know, they could sit, under the guise of, well, Jimmy couldn't be the man off season because of the elbow surgery or whatever the fuck it was. So we wanted whoever it was going to be, we wanted them there the entire off season. So that's a good spin on it after the fact. They'll sell that at some point.
Yeah,
if it works out, they'll sell that at some point.
It's a great insurance policy. Our insurance policy against the young kid not being great is a guy that's brought us to a Super Bowl and an NFC championship. So
right.
And there's a lot of probably egos that couldn't handle it, but I think Jimmy's the perfect guy to be able to handle it.
Sure.
I think if anyone can do it, it's him.
And Trey saw how Jimmy handled it last year.
He already have a relationship.
Yeah.
He's probably pumped to get Jimmy back instead of Sudfeld.
He get easier to ask questions.
For sure. It's probably easier to take advice from someone that's been around longer and won it. Now, here's the best part. Are you ready for this?
I'm gonna, hopefully.
I'm about to make your night better than it already is.
All right.
James, hold on. I need some more info. I don't know how to spell his name after this long. 2 P's, 1 L.
I'm very curious.
First, I'd like to know his middle name. James Richard Garoppolo.
Ooh, that's my middle name.
That's nice.
Papa. Same middle name.
We should call him Dick.
Jimmy Dick.
James Jimmy Garoppolo.
Si, senor.
Has how many Super Bowl rings?
2.
James Richard Garoppolo, both of those Super Bowl rings, what position was he playing when he won those?
Backup
quarterback.
That's right.
Oh.
I like where your head
That's
is at, doggy.
interesting. He's got more fingers to fill with backup quarterback Super Bowl rings. Let's go.
Fucking let's go. It's meant to be.
Let's go.
It's meant to be.
Imagine he gets another one as Trey Lance's backup. That's his whole career.
Poor Jim. They got to give him
Poor Jimmy got a lot of money. I'm not feeling too bad for
Yeah,
Jimmy.
he's got a lot of
First
money.
of all,
He
he's
can get his dick sucked in any bar in America.
First of all, he's the best looking player in the whole entire NFL.
Yeah.
Second of all, he's got enough money. He's running around dating porn stars. I'm not feeling bad for Jimmy.
I'm not sad for Jimmy. I am glad he's here. I didn't see it happen.
But apparently he's got a knack for winning Super Bowl rings as a backup quarterback.
So, fuck it. Let's do it.
Maybe it's his coaching that gets him over the hump.
Listen, I'm with it. And I'm good with it. Like, I don't even need to say anything about it. I think anybody that listens to this show would know that we'd be absolutely good with that situation. You know what I mean? Like, this is best case scenario as far as I'm concerned. again, the only thing that could have been done smoother is we would have kept the 2.5 that we gave fucking Sudfeld. That's it.
Yep.
But fuck it. Pay him. Now, he can't go practice squad, can he?
Who?
Sudfeld?
Yeah, if he clears
Waivers?
Yeah, I don't think we will because we have 3 quarterbacks.
Right.
It's kind of wild that we kept Brock.
It is.
Brock? Is that his name? Did I make that up?
Purdy. Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Kept him on the roster.
All right.
Let's start with the list of guys that are no longer on the team, if there's any surprises for you.
Okay.
Like most of Troy Fumagill, I don't know.
There's a lot of guys I don't know.
Tashawn Gibson is a veteran safety that we signed
Just
a couple
weeks
weeks ago. So
yeah.
that's a little surprising.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the next name first. Dante Johnson also was released. My guess is both of them will be back, or at least one of them.
Yeah, on some level.
It was probably a handshake deal. Jimmy Ward has to be on the roster to start before we put him on IR.
Right.
Once he goes to IR, that opens up a spot for somebody.
I read it was going to be Jordan Willis.
Jordan Willis. Oh, maybe. Any of those guys, that could be the same deal. What we may not know is there may be 3 or 4 guys going on IR or PUP or something else.
Right.
So all those, it could be, with a guy like Dante Johnson that's been in and out so many times, it could be like, we're going to sign you tomorrow. Everything's cool. And a guy like Dante Johnson, his best chance is to stay with us because he knows the defense. He's not going to go sign with someone else. Marcus Johnson, don't know. Tyler Croft, don't know. Jordan Mills, Willie Snead, Akeem Spence, Sudfeld.
I don't know a lot of those names.
Kamoko Teray. I heard some good stuff about him. I think they're probably trying to get him to the practice squad. Malik Turner, Jordan Willis. Some of these guys they're trying, I'm sure, to get to the practice squad. Jermichael Hasty, waived.
Oh, I'm shocked by that one. I mean, okay. I'm curious to look at our running back roster when we get there.
Yeah, I can tell you.
No, I know. I looked at it too, but we'll break it down at some point this evening.
No one else really a big.
Oh,
big
Alfredo
surprise.
was my guy.
I know. Marcelino too. I like him too.
Well,
I think these guys might be headed to practice squad.
Maybe Poe.
Hasty may too. The 49ers practice squad running back is a pretty good position to be in because they've probably made it onto the roster in the last 5 years. So it's not a terrible team to be the practice squad running back for. Justin School, Jason Poe were surprises. Poe did well in the preseason. I'm sure we're hoping some of these guys make it back. Something interesting that I'm going to go out on a limb and think you may not know this, but
I have. Okay, you go.
Jetski Pop-Tart was released by the Eagles. So he's a free agent currently.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my guess is they would have signed him if they wanted him here, but that was before Jimmy Ward's injury. So
right.
I don't know. I mean, if I had my way and it was him or Tayshaun Gibson, I might go with Jetski. Knowing the scheme, knowing the communication. I don't know. Might be awkward, but...
Okay, I have some information here. Jimmy Ward and linebacker Curtis Robinson will move to IR.
Okay, so that's 2.
Jordan Willis and tight end Tyler Croft will be back in their place on the 53. 16 of the cut players posted just before will go on practice squad. Likely Jason Poe and many others.
Who's this from?
Somebody out west.
If you say Grant Cohn, I'm going to throw this fucking...
It's from the 49er Edits Instagram. They have 80,000
So it's just
followers.
prediction.
No, he's out there. He's typically spot on with this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know where he gets it for. But
I'm a little surprised on Dante then. Oh, what about no? You know who else is going to go on IR? Verrett.
He's already there. Hold on. He spoke about that. I just didn't say it. He's on PUP.
Oh,
right
so that's
now.
different.
So we have 2 guys on IR right now: Maurice Hurst and Jordan Matthews. NFI, which is non-football injury, we have defensive tackle, nose tackle, Kalia, K-A-L-I-A Davis, Kalai, and then Verrett on the PUP.
Okay.
And yeah. So, okay, do we want to look at the roster now?
Let's do it. Let's get fucking weird.
Let's look at the roster. Suck my cock.
Where do you want to start?
Man, I had a really uncomfortable conversation the other day with somebody where I said to someone something like, yeah, you could let that person know in the future if they don't like it. They could suck me from the rear. And the person I was talking to said, I'll keep that in mind. And I thought they were saying, like, I'll keep that in mind. Like, that's what you like sexually. And I was like, oh. And then, but I didn't realize what they were trying to say was something else. And I was like, are you trying to say you want to suck my dick? Like, from the rear? And then I just found out I totally missed on that. And it was borderline sexual fucking harassment. All right.
I guess we don't really need to get into quarterback. Everybody knows where that's at.
Yeah, Brock Purdy is the starter.
And right up that. Look at that. What's next?
All right, running back. We have starting running back will be Elijah Mitchell, yeah? And Jeff Wilson?
It's not really in order. I don't know if I assume Mitchell will be ready for week 1, but
Right, and then we have Tyron Davis-Pierce is
Price,
a rookie.
Ty Davis-Price.
Ty Davis-Price, what did I say, Pierce?
Yeah.
Trey Sermon, who I know we're not super high on, right?
Yeah, the team seems to be.
Yeah.
They keep saying a lot of nice things about him.
Go back up there. And we also have Jordan Mason, who I liked the way he ran when I saw him with the ball in the preseason. And the man that cannot be stopped, the man with the cock hammer, Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah, I mean, we'll put Juszczyk out of he was never at risk.
Right.
He was always going to be the fullback. He's the best fullback in the league.
Yes.
The only fullback in the league as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
My question is, Mason, is that undrafted?
I believe so.
Right?
Georgia Tech.
I think he's undrafted.
Yeah. I would have said where he was drafted.
Right?
There. Yeah. So he's my pick for being a Pro Bowler.
I would not be surprised to see how fast he moves up that depth chart. He's big and he's quick, and he runs angry. He runs, like a Frank Gore or a Marshawn Lynch, where he looks for the contact. He wants to run somebody over.
Yeah.
He takes pride in that. He's not looking to go out of bounds, kind of like Debo.
The runs that I saw him, when I saw him get down in the preseason, I was pumped.
Yeah, he's angry. You don't want to be on his bad side.
This is my running back here.
Ty Davis-Price, we drafted him high. He wasn't going anywhere. Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson are the two longest tenured. Yeah. Mitchell being his second year. Trey Sermon was the surprise out of those. I think it was a toss-up between him and Jermichael.
Right, obviously.
I think if somebody offered us a decent draft pick, we would have traded either one for him. I think we probably went with the one we thought we were most likely to sneak through waivers with Hasty. That's just my guess. Trey Sermon, it being only his second year, there's probably teams out there that wanted to draft him. And if they saw him come through the waiver line, they would have taken a shot at him. Yeah. Where Jermichael Hasty's a little farther removed from that.
Sure.
He's got a little more game tape that didn't dazzle. That's just my guess.
Not great game tape either.
Yeah, that's just my guess. Moving on to wide receiver.
All right. Kind of surprised. In past years, we've kept 6, right?
Yep.
Only got 5 this year. Maybe that's because we have the 6 running backs, however you want to say it.
Yep.
So we got the man with the plan and the money, Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise here is that we only have 5.
That's
not who they are.
Right. I agree. Yeah. Completely.
I love this room. I love this room.
Yes, I do. Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, who is a guy that when the ball's thrown his way, he typically gets it done. You got Ray McLeod III, and the rookie Danny Gray.
Ray's there for returns.
Right.
Most likely.
And Danny Gray is going to take the top off it. What concerns me, and I guess this will be, we'll find out with the practice squad who ends up there, but injury. Who steps up in injury? I want to see what happens there. That's a concern. Tight ends. Well, we just said that the other guy looked like he was sticking around, and we have Kittle, Dwelly, and Charlie Warner.
No, not much there. All names we've heard before.
Yeah, I'm good with that fucking tight end room. You know what I mean? And we got the other guy, Jordan Matthews, who is ACL tear in early August, so we wouldn't see him until
season ending.
Yeah, maybe never again. All right. To round out the offense, the line, we've got the number 1 stunner, Trent Williams, big money, Aaron Banks, who I would expect is going to be asked to act like a man this year. And I think we're all expecting that, right? We spent a second, third round draft.
I don't know where any of these guys are going to play, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if McGlinchey is going to IR short term, that opens up another spot. If he's not, then that means he's probably playing. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he starts week 1, but he's definitely got to be there week 2. All right, so we got Jake Brendel, Spencer Burford, Mike McGlinchey, Jaylon Moore, Colton McGivitz, Nick Zackelj, and your boy and mine, Brunskill.
Another rookie.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of them there.
I'm kind of surprised then that at the ones they let go. That's good.
Man, that O-line had to get their dicks pushed in playing against this defensive line all offseason, huh? That's the best thing for them, though. They're going to be so ready for some of these soft defensive lines.
And Brunskill can play pretty much every spot on our line,
so
he had a good shot.
Who's slanging the center position?
I believe Brendel.
Okay.
I think he's a center. Yeah, they don't say, but I'm pretty sure he's the guy. And then Williams will be left tackle.
Yes.
McGlinchey right guard.
Right tackle.
Right tackle.
Yeah. Banks will be a guard.
Yeah.
And then
Burford, a lot of talk on him. More. I don't know. McKivitz might be the starter. I don't know. It's anyone's guess with the way Shanahan fucking.
And I'm sure they'll be cycling in and out. The battle for starting center between Brendel and Brunskill. So we'll see what happens.
The Brunskill gives you more flexibility for other spots.
Right.
So my guess is Brendel will be the center.
If he can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Defensive side of the ball. Probably our strongest position group. Maybe, I would say, if I had to rank the position groups, I'd probably say D-line, wide receiver, as our top 2. All right. You know what it is with Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Charles O'Menahue, Kerry Hyder Jr., Hassan Ridgeway, Drake Jackson, Eric Armstead, Samson Ebukam, and Kevin Givens.
A lot of familiar names there.
Couple new
Kerry
ones.
Hyder's back.
He is.
Hassan Ridgeway is a new name. I don't recognize that name.
Oh, Hurst is also on the IR.
Yeah. Drake Jackson obviously was our high draft pick.
Yes.
What's Ridgeway?
I don't know. There? 7 years in the league. Where's he been? No sacks ever.
Oh, he's the guy from the Colts. Yeah.
Oh,
he started with the Colts.
Oh, he's had sacks. 9.5 career sacks.
No heavy on the game started.
No.
But he played in a lot of them.
Okay.
He played all 17 games last year.
Well, he looks like a happy guy.
He's probably one of those guys, like Samson Ebukam, these guys that all had high upside. Amenahue.
He's going to end up with 4 sacks this year.
Yeah, when they got opposite Bosa, everything changes for him.
Yeah. And he looks happy, so I like him. Hassan Ridgeway, you might be my guy. Give me fucking 5 sacks, and I'll buy you a coffee cake. All right. What do we got? The linebackers. These are your boys, so I'll let you do this one.
This is the group.
This might be...
this is a top-tier group right here.
It is. You're right.
Leading off our linebackers will be All-Pro Freddie.
Steady Freddie.
Mr. Warner. Aziz Al-Shair.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little surprised his name is before the next one. I don't know if that's on purpose or what. Dre Greenlaw. Love to see him back at full speed. Oren Burks, I believe, is a big special teamer for us also.
Okay.
Curtis Robinson and Demetrius Flanagan Fowles.
Could you click on Oren Burks, please?
I can. He came to us via Green Bay.
I got to tell you, I was trying to think, when looking at his name, am I looking at a black man or a white man? And I could not tell you. I thought Oren might have been like a hillbilly type of name. But no.
As a Red Sox fan, when I was a kid, there was an Ellis Burks who was a black gentleman, so I just assumed that. I don't know. That's, my brain just made that connection.
Yeah, well, good for you.
Yeah, that's a good group. I like that group a lot.
Cornerbacks. Chavarius Ward.
This is a group that's going to surprise the world.
Emmanuel Mosley. Sammy Womack III. Bobby Womack a crack. Diamador Lenore. And Ambry Thomas with Verrett on PUP. What do you have to say there, Bob?
I love this group. Sammy Womack is the Spitfire in the fucking slot, and those two outside corners are going to light the world
Let me
on
see
fire.
the smile on that man's face. Let me see what this guy looks like. Oh,
Yeah.
crazy eyes.
Yeah, he's going to drive people nuts. He's going to piss people off. He had that pass interference in the last game. They had him playing corner, not playing the slot. They had him on the outside during that whole game. And I think it was just to get him reps as a backup plan in case there's another injury before Verrett gets back and somebody's got to move outside. Also just to get him reps chasing people down.
Sure.
I think he's going to be the one that gets someone on the other team's offense to snap and get a penalty. I think he's
got
the one.
crazy eyes.
I think he's a little chirpy.
He's
Very physical. He likes to get into people's shit. He likes to put his hands on people.
my guy.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a nice one.
I'm just going to go ahead and call him Bobby Womack.
Did we yeah, he's going to be another nice pickup that nobody saw coming.
Okay. What do we got next?
Charvarius Ward's going to be a shutdown corner too. Next we'll move on to safety.
Safety. All right. Talanoa Hufanga, Tavarius Moore, George Odom, and Jimmy Ward. If one thing could be said about the Gold Blooded podcast, in 10 years, my pronunciation has improved.
Yes.
I haven't missed one of these.
Also,
yet.
I don't know if you know this, but if you hear anyone refer to Mooney, that's Charvarius Ward.
Mooney.
That's his nickname. They've been calling him that since he was a kid.
Okay.
And they do that on the team also because Charvarius Ward and Tarvarius Moore are real hard to differentiate when somebody says it quick on a microphone.
Screaming it with a fucking mouth guard in or whatever.
It gets very interesting.
Yes. Okay, and then to our specialists.
Yeah, no surprise with these ones.
These are your friends. So
The trio, the Three Musketeers.
That's right.
Bobby Gold, Mitchie Wish, and our favorite, your favorite too,
Tabor Pepper.
Tabor Pepper.
I would like... I don't know. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop myself there.
You think it would be worth starting one of my young children as a specialist right now? Like, if I start one of them as a long snapper,
So, yes.
they'll always have a job if
I
they
agree.
start
Well-
from now. Like, Tiger Woods started Venus and Serena Williams. They started these kids real young, right? And,
Right.
like,
Yes.
this is a specialist position. Like,
Right.
if imagine they show up to high school as, like, primed.
So, a friend of yours, ours, I don't know how you want to say it, posts on Instagram a lot, and he posts him and his son doing stuff a lot, and he posted video of him and his son kicking field goals the other day. And, like, I never remember going to kick field goals. You know what I mean? But, like, that's how you start. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you're a kid, right? And you make... Like, you bring your kids right now down to the field, and they make a fucking 20-yard field goal. You know how fucking pumped they're going to be?
Yeah.
And then they start getting technique down? I think it's a thing. All right. You want to kind of wind this one down?
I want to discuss something real quick.
Okay.
This top 100 players,
Yeah. Now, this is voted on by the players?
I believe so.
Okay.
So, if there's 100 players,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And there's 32 teams,
Correct.
that would leave each team at what? 3?
Right.
3 would be 96, give or take,
Yeah.
3 point whatever.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many 49ers are in the top 100?
I do. Is it 7 or 6?
7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And do you know there was like another 2 inside the top 120?
Yes. Do you know who one of those is?
Jimmy G. I did know that.
Imagine top 120 and you can't get him a fucking deal. That's pretty wild.
But nobody wants that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So let's talk. What I want to do is I want to look at those 7.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get a better list here.
I have the list. The
Is there
Niner list?
Yeah. Is there like a by team?
Well.
There it is. By team. Got it. This people love listening to this, probably, huh?
Sorry, I got this stuff that's going on with the PGA is fucking crazy. And
Oh, we're not podcasting about that, but if that's
no,
what
I
you're-
know, but it doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. So if you guys,
Yeah, you
don't
can just
like
read it after, though.
Nah, it just came through.
know?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I mean, fuck me.
Trent Williams,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Deebo Samuel,
Yes. Trent was 14. Debo was 19.
George Kittle,
Kittle, 22.
that's 3.
3 in the top 25.
Nick Bosa,
Yes.
that's 4.
25. Way too high.
Fred Warner, that's 5.
Yeah, 47. Freddie Warner.
Jimmy Ward is
Jimmy
6.
Ward coming in at 96.
Kyle Juszczyk is 7.
Juszczyk is in at 100, I believe.
That's 7, okay?
Yes, yes.
So this is what I would like to point out.
Okay.
One of those guys
Yes.
was here before Lynch and Shanahan. Only one. Jimmy Ward.
Okay.
2 of those guys were traded for by Lynch and Shanahan.
Yes.
Or brought in as free agents. I don't know which way it went down. Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk.
Yes.
4 of the top 100 players in the entire NFL, 4% of the top 100 players in the entire NFL, National Football League, were drafted by John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you can't.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's
pretty good.
Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it.
And where were they drafted? Most of them 5th round.
Yeah.
George was a 5. Debo was a 2, right?
Yeah. None of them were 1.
Fred was a 5.
Fred was a 5.
Nick Bosa was a 1.
Nick Bosa was a 1.
And he was a lock.
Yes.
He's going to be on the top 100 no matter who drafted him.
Yes.
But George.
But I think 25 is high for him. Like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. He belongs in the top 10, no doubt.
No fucking
100%.
doubt.
100%.
What?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind.
Like, that's crazy.
But George, Fred, and Debo, when they were drafted, no one thought they would be in the top 100 ever. And they're consistently, regularly.
No one even thought they were going to the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
It's good stuff.
It's great stuff.
The other thing, here's what I wanted to look at.
Well, one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to say congratulations to Colin Kaepernick on having his first child.
Oh, good for him.
Him and Nessa. Good for you, Cap. Keep doing that thing. Should be starting this week.
Hard to argue putting Brady at 1.
Fuck him.
Aaron Donald
Fuck him.
shouldn't be in the league this year.
Probably not.
Shouldn't be
right?
playing.
No.
Shouldn't be playing. And the NFL just ignores it. They just continue to ignore it because they don't want to be the one to suspend the guy.
Let me ask you. If Alden Smith did this 5 years ago.
Oh, he'd be in jail.
You'd be in jail.
100%.
It's assault with a fucking
100%.
deadly weapon.
100%.
Hear me out, right? If you're driving your car and you cut me off and I'm on a motorcycle and I pull up in front of you and make you stop your car and I take my fucking helmet and smash you across your fucking head, I'm going to get charged with attempted murder.
Yeah.
With a deadly weapon.
Yep.
And this fucking guy probably got a $2 million raise.
I know you don't like this guy.
I know. I got to say something about it.
Go ahead.
I'm scared of him this year because he did the drugs.
Oh, he ain't going to do shit.
Okay.
As soon as the playoffs come. He can't beat the Niners in the playoffs.
I know that.
My point is, I know you don't like this guy.
Right.
I think if you dig a little deeper, you're going to like him.
I don't like him.
You're gonna.
I'm not.
You are.
I promise you I'm not.
He flew to another country
To do drugs.
to do drugs.
I know.
How do you not like him, first of all? Just there. Like, how's he not your boy already? And he got it approved by the NFL.
It's cool and all. And
But here's what I want
think
you
it's
to
going
do.
to help him this year.
He just recorded a podcast
With Rogan.
with Rogan.
Yeah. Vicodin. I know.
I didn't even get that far. Okay. But very early in the podcast, he turned me around.
Okay.
If you listen to what he has to say and what the NFL did to him,
Oh, I know. About what?
You're on the same page.
The COVID?
All of it.
I hear you, but I'm telling you this. I don't fucking like him.
All right.
I don't like him.
All right.
I think he's a closeted homosexual.
I don't think that's a reason not to like someone.
No, it is, because he makes fun of gays.
Oh.
He's that type of motherfucker. He's that type of closet.
That's just your
This is
reading, or like there's
this is
evidence
just
of
my
that.
vibe.
Okay. He's turning me around. I like him as a person, listening to what he has to say.
I hear you.
And I like that he went and did ayahuasca. I love that. I also like him because he doesn't scare me.
I'm bothered by him because here I am. I want to go to Peru to do ayahuasca. What the fuck? I don't have $1 million to do that. So, fuck him.
But there's a lot of people with $1 million not doing that.
I hear you.
You know?
Doesn't mean I have to like him.
That's fair. You don't have to like anyone. I don't know. I'm turning a corner on him.
I would never. I hope he fucking dies this year.
There's no one on this list that I want over Nick Bosa. I was looking to see if I could find one, and I can't find one.
I mean, the only guy...
Mahomes?
Is the only guy I would consider.
Yeah. Yeah, because of age and everything else involved.
All things.
And the point of this list is like this year who's...
Right.
But... Yeah, he's. If we go to the next group, it's going to be even more frustrating.
Oh, every player.
This is going to be disgusting.
So we're looking at who is J.C. Jackson, not Nick Bosa. Okay,
even that's kind of surprising.
It is.
Yeah.
Shaquille Leonard, fuck you. Justin Jefferson, Parsons, Tyreek Hill.
You know what's just kind of strange is that they're not putting defensive linemen high on the list, because most teams will tell you after quarterback that's
the
second.
Most important position, yeah.
I mean, that's why we draft one every year at the top.
Myles Garrett, fuck him.
Imagine
he's another asshole.
Taking him over Bosa.
What did he do? Didn't he
He swung a helmet too.
In a game, right?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, get your emails into us.
That was a long one.
goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. You can check us out on the Instagram, Gold Blooded Podcast. You heard it before, but you hear it again. Our sponsor, Lucky Rose Tattoo, Middlebury, Connecticut. You get there, you get tattooed. You go to the Big Cartel, / Lucky Rose Tattoo. You buy the shirts, the belts, the hats, the gift certificate. Anything else?
Breaking news to start the next episode. Stay tuned.